how to make a website. Learn how to create a responsive website that will work on all devices: PC, laptop, tablet, and phone. Create a website from scratch, and pretty much this is the final product. So I'm gonna show you here the code for the final product. So if we click here in demo, this is the website, this is the final product. But if we click and try it yourself, we are gonna see to the left side we're gonna have the code, and to the right side we're gonna have our final product. This is the website, this is how it should look like. So we're gonna code this whole website, but first I'm gonna copy and paste it just to show you. So we're gonna go to Visual Studio Code, and we're gonna go to the index.html file, or whatever HTML file do you have. I'm just gonna name it, or you know what, I'm gonna create a new file. It's gonna be, I don't know, demo.html file, and inside of demo I'm gonna paste the whole code that I just grabbed. So I paste it, I save it, and now I'm gonna open it with live server. So right click and open with live server. And okay, so this is the website, this is how it should look like. This is gonna be our final product. And as you can see, we're using HTML, we're using CSS, and we are also using, let me see, we're not using JavaScript. Okay, we're using only HTML and CSS, but we don't have an external CSS file, so we're just using a one page HTML file. Okay, so we're gonna create a file named index.html, and it's gonna be empty, as you can see here. So I'm gonna press Shift exclamation mark to have a template to work with. Okay, so we have our index.html file, and it's gonna be an empty file. So I'm gonna close the demo HTML for now, and now we are gonna see this website. A layout draft. It can be wise to draw a layout draft of the page design before creating a website. So we're gonna be dealing with the layout draft. As you can see, we have the header, we have the navigation bar. To the left side we have side contents on text here. To the right side we have the main contents on text here, and finally below we have the footer. So here we have first step, basic HTML page. HTML is the standard markup language for creating websites, and CSS is the language that describes the style of an HTML document. We will combine HTML and CSS to create a basic web page. Note, if you don't know HTML and CSS, you can click this link and you can watch the tutorials, but we already went over some of these concepts of HTML. Now here we have this piece of code, and we have the page title. Let me see, try it yourself. And here we have my website, a website created by me. So what do we have here? So we have the doc type HTML, we have an HTML element, language English, we have the head section, and the head section we're gonna have the title. Okay, so inside of the head section we're gonna have the title, and the title is gonna be page title, or I don't know, website, we can put it website like that. And let's open it. Okay, so you can see it says website here. Okay, let's close this one. So now what is it we have? We have the meta chart, we have the meta viewport. Okay, initial. Okay, I have the same here. What else do we have here? Okay, we have some CSS, so we're gonna have the style. We're gonna have the style attribute, the style element here. Okay, and this is gonna be inside of the head section. So below the title element we're gonna have the style. We're gonna have the style element, and inside of the style element we are gonna have the body, and the body is gonna have this property, font family, and it's gonna be Arial, Helvetica, Sans Serif. So we're gonna go inside of the style. We're gonna have font hyphen family, like this. Okay, family. Okay, so we have to, okay, has to be inside of the body. So it's gonna be his body. We're gonna open curly braces. Inside of that, we're gonna have font family. Inside of the font family, we're gonna have it was Arial, Hebaricam, and sans serif, like that. So we have the body, and it's gonna be inside of the style that is gonna be inside of the head section. So we have that, and now we're gonna have outside of the head section, but now in the body section we're gonna have an h1 and a paragraph. So inside of the body section we're gonna have an h1, and inside of the h1 we're gonna have, okay, my website, like that. And below that we're gonna have a paragraph, and the paragraph is gonna say a website created by me. So we're gonna just have that, and let's go to our website to see how it's looking. Okay, this is our website so far. My website, a website created by me. So far we just added the style element. We added the body element. So we have the font family, Arial, Helvetica, sans serif. So we have, okay, so we have only that up to this point. What else? Okay, I'm not missing anything. Okay, so we have that up to this point, and yeah, up to this point we only have my website, a website created by me. So we don't have anything like CSS, nothing like that, but we're gonna move forward. Example explained. The doc type HTML declaration defines this document to be HTML5. So we're talking about this one, the doc type HTML, and you can, if you want, you can type the whole thing. I just press shift exclamation mark to have a template to work with. So but yeah, the doc type HTML is the declaration defines this document to be HTML5. Then we have the HTML element is the root element of an HTML page. They're talking about this one, HTML, and we already saw much of these concepts. So we have the head element that contains meta information about the document. We have the title element, it specifies a title for the document. We have the meta element should define the character set to be UTF-8. We have the meta element with name viewport, makes the website look good on all devices and screen resolutions. We have the style element, contains the styles for the website as we were working on it. In line 9 we have the style element here, make look on all devices. Okay, element contains the styles for the website. Layout design, we have the body section. The body element contains the visible page content. We have the h1 or the heading 1, that is the element defines a large heading. We have the paragraph element, defines a paragraph. Now creating page content. Inside the body element of our website we will use our layout draft and create a header, a navigation bar, the main content, a side content, and finally a footer. So we're gonna go here, header. A header is usually located at the top of the website or right below a tab navigation menu. It often contains a logo or the website name. So here we have a div. So we're gonna have this one inside of the body section. Okay, so we're gonna have a div. Okay, we're gonna have a div element, and inside of the div element we're gonna have an h1 and a paragraph. But inside of the div element we're gonna have a class, and that class is gonna be set to header, like that, to header. Okay, so this is gonna be inside of the angle brackets. Now inside we're gonna have a heading 1, and we're also gonna have a paragraph. we're gonna have a paragraph here. Okay, in the heading one, we're gonna have my website. So we're gonna have my website, and inside of the paragraph we're gonna have a website created by me. So just gonna grab that, we're gonna go here. Okay, if we go to our website, okay, it's the same thing up to this point. Now we're gonna be using the CSS style to the header. So okay, we can pretty much delete this line 17 and 18. Okay, so inside of the body section, up to this point we only have a div element with a class of header. Okay, now we're gonna have the CSS. Okay, so let me see, if we go to our demo, okay, so we have here the header is gonna be okay below. Let me see, we have here the body, we're gonna have the div, and pretty much inside of the style attribute is where all our CSS is gonna go. Okay, so now we're gonna grab, or we're just gonna type, we have the header, so we're using this class header. Okay, so we're gonna go inside of the style attribute. I'm gonna make it look like this. Okay, inside of the style attribute, now we're gonna have the header class, so we're gonna choose header. We're gonna open curly braces, and now we're gonna have the padding, and the padding is gonna be 80 pixels, like that. What else? We're gonna have the text align. We're gonna have the text align center. What else? We're gonna have the background color, and it's gonna be set to green background. Okay, so it's gonna be set to, I don't know, aquamarine maybe. Let's play around with the colors for now. So let's go to our website. Okay, so my website, a website created by me, so it's taking this color. We can play around with the colors. We can maybe, I don't know, maybe something darker, like that. Okay, we have that up to this point. And again, in the body section we only have a div element with a class attribute of header, and inside of the style attribute that is inside of the head section, we're gonna have the body, and now we're gonna have the header. Okay, let's put some comments maybe. Let me see, what do we have here up to this point. I'm just gonna, what else I can put here, like this. Okay, just a separation. Now we're gonna have another header. We are gonna have increase the font size of the H1 element. So okay, outside of that header, we're gonna have again header, but this time we're gonna be pointing H1. Okay, so now we're gonna open curly braces. And inside of that we're gonna have the font size is gonna be 40 pixels. So the font size is gonna be 40 pixels, like that, and we don't need the px. Okay, we need it like that, and we're gonna save it. So that is a website created by me. Okay, so what else? Okay, well, I'm just gonna copy this comment here, and we're gonna have it like right here. So increase the font size of the H1 element, and in this case we're using the class header, but we are targeting the H1, so we are targeting the heading 1. So, and the heading 1 is my website. Let's see. Okay, let's see what happens if instead of 40 pixels we go for 400 pixels, let's say. So And we already saw this bunch of examples, but as you can see is huge, so you can play around with these pixels. So now we're gonna move forward. Okay, that is that. Now we're gonna have the navigation bar. A navigation bar contains a list of links to help visitors navigating through your website. So we're gonna have the div class. We're gonna have the div element with the class attribute navbar, and this is gonna be it's not gonna be in the head section. It's gonna be in the body section. It's gonna be below of the first div that we have, and let's make sure that we have the same thing. So yeah, as you can see, we have the div. Okay, so we're gonna have another div here, another div element, and this second div element is gonna have a class attribute of navbar. So we're gonna have a class attribute of navbar like this. Okay, navbar. Okay, so now we're inside of the navbar. We're gonna have 4 A elements. So let's like that, A element, and I'm just gonna copy those. The A element we're gonna have like this is gonna be 4 times. So we're gonna have the href. Okay, so we're gonna have here the href attribute, and it's gonna point to the number sign, and here we're gonna have the context is just gonna say link. So that is that, and we're gonna have the same for the next ones. So let's just maybe delete this two. Let's just grab this one and paste it 2 more times. Okay, and finally we're gonna have the same for the final one, but the class attribute is gonna be right. So we're gonna have a class attribute, and it's gonna be right like this, and it's gonna be link. The context is gonna be link. Okay, so we have a second div up to this point. Okay, so you can see here we have 4 links. We have this div element, and inside of this div element with class navbar, we're gonna have 4 A elements with the href attribute, and they are the 4 of them are pointing to the number sign or the pound sign. Okay, like that, and the 4 A element is gonna have a class attribute of right. So now we're gonna use CSS to style the navigation bar, and again the CSS is gonna go inside of the style element inside of the head section. So we're gonna go below of the heading one, and we're gonna have this time I'm gonna copy just the comment. So in line 27 we're gonna have the style the tab navigation bar, and again remember it has to be inside of the style element since we are not using an external CSS file. So we are gonna target this time, we're not gonna target the class header, we're target the class navbar. So we do that by typing that navbar like this. We open curly braces, and what do we have here? So it's gonna be overflow. So it's gonna be overflow, and as you can see Visual Studio Code makes it easier. So it's gonna be auto here and scroll visible var. So it's gonna be, well, we're gonna have hidden. Okay, it's gonna be hidden. Okay, so it's gonna be the second one hidden like this, and now we're gonna have the background color. So it's gonna be background color, and let's pick, I don't know, ultraviolet for this. Let's play around with the colors. Okay, so this is how it's looking up to this point, and if you mouse over this square or this rectangle here and this rectangle, you can play around with the RGB colors. You can pick, I don't know, a darker color maybe, or okay, let's see how it looks like with a darker color. So maybe you can grab a lighter color like this one. So you save it, and okay, you can play around up to this point. So what else do we have here? We're gonna go to the, okay, we have the background color. Now we're gonna have to the style the navigation bar links. So now we're gonna go for the links. As you can see, we have 4 links and they are both sending us to the number sign. Okay, so we're gonna go to line 33 is gonna be our comments, style the navigation bar links, and again we're gonna type in line 34 dot navbar. We open, okay, but this time it's gonna be targeting the A element, and this time we're gonna open curly braces. Okay, so we have that navbar, and we're gonna have, okay, let's type it in. So we're gonna have the float, and you can read all this information if you want. So we're gonna go to the right. Okay, make sure that the links stay side by side. So now we're gonna have the display is gonna be block. Okay, display, and as you can see we have all these options here. I'm gonna grab the first one that is gonna be black. Okay, so we have, okay, as you can see it's moving here to the right, and we have a black here. Let's keep typing. What else do we have? We have the color, it's gonna be white. Okay, so color, and it's gonna be white. Okay, let's just type it white. Let's see how it looks like. Okay, so the text is gonna be white. Okay, that's fine. What else do we have? So we're gonna have the text line that is gonna be center. So we're gonna have the text align is gonna be center, and okay, we're gonna have the padding, and the padding is gonna be 14 by 20. Okay, the padding is gonna be 14 pixels by 20 pixels, like that. Okay, and the text decoration, okay, text decoration, as you can see, is gonna be now. Let's just press the first one, dash, to see how it looks like. Okay, so this is how it's looking. The text decoration is gonna be now. It's gonna be now, like this. We're gonna save it, and this is how our website is looking up to this point. Okay, so now we're gonna move to the nav bar, but this time we're gonna point the 8th element and that right. So right align link. So we're gonna grab this comment, and we're gonna go again. We are inside of the style element, and we are inside the style element, of course, is inside of the head section. So make sure you are doing your code inside of the style, inside of the head section, not inside of the body section. Okay, so we're gonna have this code in line 43, and we have right align link, and now we're gonna type that navbar, says that navbar, and it's gonna be the A element, that right, like this. We're gonna open curly braces, and now we're gonna have float, and it's gonna be right. Okay, float a link to the right, so we're gonna have that. Okay, so we're gonna save it. Okay, let's see how it looks. Okay, so not much of a difference, but that is that. Now we're gonna grab the comment, and okay, so we're gonna be in line 48, and we're gonna have change color on hover mouse over. So this time we're gonna have the navbar. Okay, so it's gonna be that navbar space. We're gonna point or target the A element, and it's gonna be hover. Okay, colon, and it's gonna be hover. Let me see, or hover, like that. We open curly braces, and inside of that we're gonna have the background color, and it's gonna be, I don't know, let's pick this one to see how it's looking. Let me see. Okay, so if you mouse over it, this is the color that is going to be showing. kind of, you can play around, you can grab whatever color and then you can go here to the RGB and play around this rectangle, maybe something, I don't know, like that. We can grab this coloring. Okay, so we have this. Yeah, it looks better, I guess. So now we're gonna go to the color, and this is gonna be for the text. Okay, it's gonna be black, so color, and it's just gonna be black, like that. So we're gonna save it, and okay, so when you mouse over it, and the background color for the link is gonna be this kind of green color, but the text is gonna be black. So, and again, in this case the RGB is 91, 169, 14. So that's what we have up to this point, and this is just the CSS inside of the HTML file, inside of the style element, inside of the head section. Now we're gonna have the content, and again, the content is not gonna go inside of the head section, it's gonna be inside of the body section. So we're gonna go here below the second div, and we have the content, create a 2-column layout divided into a side content and a main content. So we're gonna have a third div, and again we're gonna have inside of the div, inside of the angle brackets of the div, we're gonna have a class attribute, and that class attribute is gonna be row, like that. And inside of the div element, what else? We're gonna have 2 divs, and one is gonna have class of site. So okay, so we're gonna have a div like this, and this div we're gonna have a class of site, and the context is just gonna be an ellipsis or 3 dots. So let's go to our website, and you can see the 3 dots or the ellipses. Now we're gonna have a second div element inside of this third div element, and we are in line 70 if you're following along. So this class attribute of the second div element inside of the div element is gonna be the class attribute is gonna be main. It's gonna be main, and again the text is just gonna be 3 dots or ellipses. And again we have the first div element, the second div, and the third div element. The third div element, inside of that we're gonna have 2 div elements, and it's gonna be with classes side and main. Okay, so now we're gonna use CSS flexbox to handle the layout. Okay, so now I'm just gonna grab the comment, and again the div elements we are doing it inside of the body section. But the CSS is inside of the style element that is inside of the head section. So we're gonna go here. I'm gonna paste this comment that says ensure proper sizing, and we're gonna have the asterisk here. The asterisk selects all, so open curly braces, and now we're gonna have box. Okay, box sizing, and it's gonna be border box. So it's gonna be border box, like that. We're gonna save it. Okay, so nothing is changing so far. Okay, so now we're gonna grab the column container. So we're gonna go here, we're gonna have the column container. I'm just grabbing the comment only. So we're gonna have the row, that row, like that. So this is a class, the class row, and we are grabbing it from the in line 81. We have this third div element with a class attribute of row, so we are grabbing this class attribute row, and we're gonna type some code. The display is gonna be flex, so the display is gonna be flex. Okay, after that we're gonna have the flex wrap, and the flex wrap is just gonna be wrap. So let's save it. Let's go to our website. As you can see, the two ellipses have merged together up to this point. We're gonna fix that, but up to this point we're only dealing with a row class. Now we're gonna move to create two unequal columns that sits next to each other, sidebar left column. So we're gonna grab just the comment, we're gonna go here, and okay, again, create two unequal columns that sits next to each other, sidebar left column. Okay, so now we are gonna type that side, we're gonna open curly braces, so it's gonna be that side, we're gonna open curly braces, and side is a class, and we're grabbing it from line 89 because this div element has a class attribute of side. We're gonna grab it, that class side, and we're gonna have here flex is gonna be 30%, so it's gonna be here flex is gonna be 30%, like that. Okay, below that we're gonna have background color. Is gonna be, you can pick whatever color here, and then I don't know, you can play around. So let's just go maybe this one. Let's see how it's looking. Okay, so yeah, maybe kind of like a lighter color so you can see it. So let's go here up. Let's see how it's looking up to this point. Yeah, it's looking so far. So you have 3 dots here and 3 dots there. Okay, so it's looking, this is how it's looking so far. Okay, now we're gonna have the padding. The padding is gonna be 20 pixels. Okay, so it's gonna be padding and it's gonna be 20 pixels, like that. We're gonna save it. We're gonna go to our website. Okay, this is the form that is taking. Let me see. Okay, so now we're gonna have the second class, and this class is gonna be main. Okay, so we're gonna go below, outside of the side class, and now we're gonna open the main class. We're gonna open curly braces, and the main class, it comes from line 96. See, we have the div element and the class attribute is main. So inside of this main class we're gonna have the flex, and the flex is gonna be 70%, like that. It's gonna be 70%, and we're gonna have the background color of white. So let's, background color is gonna be white. Okay, let me see how it's looking up to this point. So like that. Okay, and maybe you can change the color to maybe yellow. I don't know, let me see, yellow, kind of like this color here. Let's see how it's looking. Okay, it's looking like that. Okay, what else do we have here? So, and the padding is gonna be 20 pixels. Okay, so the padding is gonna be 20 pixels, like this. Okay, so yeah, it's starting to take some shape. Now we're gonna move here, then add media queries to make the layout responsive. This will make sure that your website looks good on all devices, desktops, laptops, tablets, and phones. Resize the browser window to see the result. Okay, so, and up to this point maybe we can just speed up and maybe just grab this whole CSS, and we're gonna go here below of that main class, and we're gonna be in line 79, and I'm gonna paste this piece of code that I just grabbed, and the comment is responsive layout. When the screen is less than 700 pixels wide, make the two columns stack on top of each other. Okay, on top of each other. on top of each other instead of next to each other. So we're gonna have add media screen, and we're gonna open parentheses. We're gonna have the max hyphen width colon is gonna be 700 pixels. We're gonna open curly braces. We're gonna use the row class, and it's gonna be that row. We're gonna open curly braces. It's gonna be flex hyphen direction. It's gonna be column. Outside of that, we're gonna have the this comment, and it's going to be responsive layout. When the screen is less than 400 pixels wide, make the navigation leaks stack on top of each other instead of next to each other. So we're going to have add media screen, and the max width is going to be the same, but the pixel is going to change. It's not going to be 700, it's going to be 400. We're going to open curly braces. Okay, so I'm going to move this one. Okay, so I'm going to move this one here like that. It's gonna be 400 pixels like that. And okay, let me try it like this. It's gonna be 400 pixels, and the nav bar, we're gonna use that nav bar. We're gonna target the A element, and the float is gonna be none, and the width is gonna be 100%. We are gonna save it, and this is how our website should be looking up to this point. So that is that. We're using the CSS inside of the style element inside of the head section. What else do we have here? So that is that. And here they're giving us some tips to create a different kind of layout. Just change the flex width, but make sure that it adds up to 100%. Do you wonder how the add media rule works? So you can check out this link if you want to learn more about the flexible bags. You can check out this link. So what is bag sizing? You can easily create 3 float bags side by side. However, when you add something that enlarges the width of each box, e.g. padding or borders, the box will break. The box sizing properly allows us to include the padding and border and the box's total width and height, making sure that the padding stays inside of the box and that it does not break. So you can read more about this article. And finally, we're gonna have the footer. So at last we will add a footer. Okay, so we're gonna go outside of the head section. We're gonna go into the body section, and we're gonna go after the third div element. We're gonna go to line 116 up to this point, and we're gonna have this div element. So this div element is gonna have a class of footer. The class attribute is gonna be footer, like this, footer. Okay, and what else do we have here? We're gonna have an h2 with a text of footer. So h2 like this, and it's just gonna be a footer like that. Oh no, wait, that's that. Okay, like this. So let's go out to our website, and as you can see, we have the footer here. Okay, so now we're gonna go to style it, and okay, yeah, there's not much of a code, so we're just gonna type it, and we're gonna go again inside of the head section and inside of the style element, and we're gonna go in lines 94. So just below the add media screen, the second add that media screen and max width. So we're gonna have the class footer this time, like this. We're gonna open curly braces, and again we're grabbing the class footer from the 4 div. The class attribute is footer, so we're grabbing that, and the footer is gonna have the padding of 20 pixels. So the padding is gonna be 20 pixels like this. Okay, so we're gonna have the text align centers. Text align is gonna be center, center. And what else we're gonna have the background. The background like this is gonna be number sign 3Ds. So they're picking this color, but I don't know. Let's just grab kind of like this. Let's see how it looks like with this color. Okay, so it's taking some interesting colors. So let's go like that. Maybe not. You can play around here. You can choose, I don't know, maybe this color here. Okay, so it's looking like that up to this point, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So that is a basic example how to you have your website, you have your header, you have your footer, you have your nav bar. And again, we were just following along, taking these pieces of code. But again, if you click and try yourself, they added more. For example, here we have about me, we have image, some text, they're using Lorem. Okay, so when let's go outside of the index.html file, and now we're gonna go here in our demo.html file. So this is I'm gonna control plus to make it larger. So I'm gonna open this website, and this is how it should be looking like. This is the code that I just copy and pasted here, and here is the same thing, but the only difference is that, for example, here we have a paragraph. For example, a website created by me. We have an h2 about me inside of the first div. We're gonna have, what else? We have photo of me. They're adding photos. We have the another div inside of the first div element. We have the class. We have this class attribute is gonna be fake image. We have the style. We have the image, and we have a title heading, the title description, and you can do all this stuff. But pretty much we cover the whole skeleton per se. So you can play around and modify it, add some images, add some more text. So this will be it for this video.